This may hit some men hard, but porn is not just something you watch. For a lot of men, porn has become the thing they run to when life feels heavy. It has become the place they go to when they feel stressed, lonely, rejected, bored, angry, or ashamed. And here's the dangerous part. Porn gives you temporary relief, but it slowly steals your drive, your confidence, your discipline, your focus, and your intimacy, and your ability to build a meaningful relationship with a real woman. This episode is not about shaming you. I'm not here to call you weak. I'm not here to make you feel dirty, broken, or hopeless. I have struggled with porn addiction myself for over 20 years. This episode is about helping you understand why porn has such a strong grip, what it's doing to your life, and how to start breaking free in a healthy, practical, and realistic way. Because the goal is not just to stop watching porn. The goal is to become the kind of man who no longer needs porn to escape his life. Gentlemen, welcome to the Purpose Over Pleasure podcast with your host, Alex Payne. And today, I will be talking about the one addiction no man wants to talk about, porn addiction. I'll be completely honest with you here. I've struggled with porn addiction myself for over 20 years, all throughout my teens, my 20s, and my early 30s. I watched porn when I was single. I watched porn when I was in a relationship. I watched it when I was single and had access to many women. That's when I realized it was an addiction. I couldn't stop it myself. I tried to quit it on my own many times, but I failed miserably. Eventually I quit, and I will share with you how I did it at the end of this episode. So stick around until the end so I can teach you how to get rid of your porn addiction with the simple techniques I'm about to share with you. But before we jump in, please click like under the video and subscribe to my channel so I can keep bringing value to you, my viewers. Thank you for your love and support. All right, let's jump into this. Most men think porn addiction is only about lust or sex, but for many men it goes much deeper than that. Porn often becomes a coping mechanism. This means it becomes something you use to manage emotions you don't know how to deal with. You had a stressful day, so you watch porn. You feel lonely, so you watch porn. You're bored, you have no direction, so you watch porn. You're angry, anxious, insecure, or overwhelmed. And instead of facing how you feel, you escape into fantasy. That is why this problem is not just physical, it is emotional, it's mental, and it's spiritual. And for many men, it's connected to a pain they never fully dealt with. Many men were never taught how to process emotions. We're all told, be tough. We're told, don't cry. We're told, man up. But nobody taught men how to deal with sadness, rejection, loneliness, shame, insecurity, or trauma. So they learn to numb. Some men numb with alcohol, some numb with drugs, some numb with anger like I did, and some numb with porn, which is what I used to do. Porn becomes emotional anesthesia. It gives you quick relief, but it does not heal the wound. Over time, the thing you use to numb your pain becomes the thing that creates more pain. You see porn as a dopamine trap. Porn is powerful because it gives your brain a quick reward without effort. You don't have to become confident. You don't have to risk rejection. You don't have to build yourself. You don't have to communicate or pursue a real relationship. You just grab your phone, your device, or whatever you watch it on, click a few buttons, and your brain gets stimulated. That's a trap. Your brain starts learning, when I feel uncomfortable, this gives me a relief. And the more you repeat this pattern, the stronger it gets. The real life starts to feel boring. Real women feel complicated. Real relationships feel like too much work. Your motivation drops, your discipline weakens, your confidence takes a hit. And slowly you start becoming a man who chooses fantasy over reality. And that's destructive. That's one of the biggest dangers of porn addiction. It trains a man to escape instead of build. A man who keeps escaping, he will never be able to build his life that he wants. Now let's talk about shame. Most men stuck in porn addiction are not proud of. They tell themselves, this is the last time. They do it again, and they feel guilty, and then they feel weak and they feel disappointed in themselves. Then they promise themselves, they will stop. Then stress hits, loneliness, boredom, rejection, and they go back to it again. That is a cycle. Trigger, urge, porn, temporary relief, shame, stress, another urge. That cycle can make a man feel trapped. But here's what I want you to understand. Shame is not the same as responsibility. Shame says, I'm disgusting, I'm broken, I'm hopeless. Responsibility says, this is hurting me and I need to change. There's a big difference. You do not overcome porn addiction by hating yourself. You overcome it by becoming honest with yourself. You say, this behavior is not helping me. This is not aligned with the man I want to become. This is damaging my confidence, my discipline, my relationship with women, and my ability to build a meaningful life. That's not shame. That is truth. And truth is where freedom begins. Now, when you talk about something serious, porn addiction does not just affect your private life. It affects your entire life. It affects your energy, your ambition, focus, dating life, marriage, and how you see women. It also affects how you see yourself. You cannot train your brain to chase cheap pleasure and then wonder why discipline feels so hard. You can't keep escaping discomfort and then wonder why you're not growing. Understand that success requires sacrifice. Healthy relationships require emotional presence. Marriage requires intimacy, leadership requires self-control. And porn addiction works against all of those things. This is why quitting porn is not just about stopping a bad habit. It is about reclaiming your mind, your discipline, your confidence, and your ability to connect with a real woman in a meaningful way. It is about becoming a man who can face stress, rejection, loneliness, and pain without screen sucking. Porn can make relationships harder because it creates unrealistic expectations. Real women are not edited scenes. Real intimacy is not performance. Real love requires patience, communication, grace, emotional connection, trust, and vulnerability. But porn trains the brain to chase novelty, fantasy, and control. In porn, there's no responsibility, no emotional work, no rejection or conflict. It's a fantasy. There's no communication, just pure stimulation. Real relationships do not work that way. A healthy relationship requires a man to be present. It requires him to listen, lead himself, control his impulses, be honest, and pursue connection, not just pleasure. And if a man constantly escapes into porn, he can start losing interest in real intimacy because real intimacy requires work. Now let's get practical. I want to give you guys 5 steps that are simple, clear, and realistic. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't need a perfect plan. You need an honest plan. Number 1, identify your trigger pattern. The first thing you need to do is identify the pattern. It's simple. Most men say, I just need to stop. That's too vague. You need to know when, why, and how it happens. So ask yourself, when do I usually watch porn? Is it late at night? Is it when I'm alone? Is it after I'm stressed out or bored? Then ask yourself, what emotion comes before the urge? Is it loneliness, anxiety, sadness, insecurity, or what else? Then ask, where does it usually happen? In the bedroom, bathroom, or your office, or whatever. And ask, what device do I use? My phone, my laptop, social media, or whatever it is. You see, you can't defeat what you can't study. So study the pattern, not the shame. Okay, understand it. Because once you understand the pattern, you can interrupt the pattern. For example, if you realize your biggest trigger is being alone at night with your phone in bed, then your first move is simple. Stop taking your phone to bed. That one decision can change the whole battle. Sometimes freedom starts with a very practical boundary. Number 2, use the 10-minute urge rule. When the urge hits, do not sit there and negotiate with it. Do not have a debate with temptation. Don't say, I'll do it tomorrow, or I deserve this one time. That's how the cycle continues. Instead, use a 10-minute rule. When the urge hits, immediately stand up, leave the room, put your phone away, take 10 slow breaths, or do a physical activity for 10 minutes. Do push-ups, walk outside, take a shower, stretch, clean your room, or do something. Go to public, get around people. The goal is not to make magic and have it disappear magically. The goal is to not obey the desire. Most urges rise, peak, and fail. But you stay in the same room, stare at the same phone, and follow the same emotions, and eventually you'll do it again. So move your body, change your environment, interrupt the pattern. Tell yourself, I do not need to win forever. I just need to win right now, this one small battle. That's how discipline is built, one decision at a time. Number three is removing access. That's a big one. Porn grows in privacy and secrecy, so if you are serious about quitting, you have to make access harder for yourself. A lot of men say they want freedom, but they keep easy access to the things that destroy them. That's self-sabotage. Here's some practical moves you can do for yourself. Do not sleep with your phone next to you. Charge the phone in a different room. Keep the screens out of the bathroom. Delete triggering applications or social media. Unfollow the accounts that trigger lust. Stop scrolling late at night. Use website blockers, app blockers. Don't do anything that will trigger the emotion, because if you're especially emotionally weak. Don't take the laptop with you to the bathroom. Create friction between you and the behavior. Some may think this sounds extreme, but let me tell you something. If something is damaging your confidence, your purpose, your relationship, your peace and self-respect, why would you keep easy access to it? That's not extreme, that's maturity. A disciplined man does not depend on motivation. He builds an environment that supports the man he wants to become. Hey guys, quick interruption because I have an important announcement to make. If you're a man between 20 and 45 who is out of shape, feels lost, stuck, undisciplined, or feels like you living beneath your potential, I created a U 2.0 mentorship program for you. I know what it feels like to carry the pain, lack direction, struggle with discipline, and try to figure out life without healthy masculine guidance. I also know this truth. When a man is broken, everybody around him feels it. His relationship, his family, his future, and his purpose, everything suffers. My U 2.0 is a coaching program for men who are tired of drifting and ready to rebuild themselves from the inside out. Inside the program, we focus on 7 pillars: purpose, healing, discipline, masculine identity, family, brotherhood, and faith. This is not a fake macho content. This is not empty motivation. This is a real process for men who are ready to heal, break destructive habits, build self-respect, gain clarity, and become the kind of men they can actually respect. So if you're tired of wasting your time, tired of feeling stuck, and ready to become the man you know you're meant to be, click the link in the description to check out the program, or go to my website and enter your email so I can send you my free guide on how to find purpose and level up in life. Now back to the episode. Number 4 is replacing the habit. You can't just remove porn and leave an empty space. That empty space will pull you back. You need replacement habits because porn is often doing something for you. Is it giving you relief? It's it's helping you escape, it's numbing your emotion, it's killing the boredom. So you need a healthier ways to deal with those moments. When the urge comes, choose a replacing behavior. Go for a walk, do 50 push-ups, call a friend, journal it, pray, read the Bible or something, clear your room, do some breath work, or sit in silence and meditate. One of the strongest things a man can learn is this: I can feel discomfort and not run from it. That's maturity, that's healing. You're teaching your brain, you're rewiring it. When you feel stress, you don't run from it, you don't escape. When you feel lonely, you don't destroy yourself. When you feel rejected, you don't numb yourself out. And that's key. That is how you rebuild self-respect, and it goes a long way. Number 5, build accountability. Now, most men do not, need to express this to the entire world, but they suffer this habit in secrecy. When something stays hidden, it grows. When it's brought into light, it starts losing its power. Like I said, that doesn't mean you need to tell everybody about your business. You do not need to post it online or broadcast it. You don't need to embarrass yourself. But you do need at least one trusted person, a therapist, a coach, a pastor, a mentor, or a mature, trustworthy friend. Someone who can handle honesty without judging you. Tell them clearly, I'm trying to quit porn. I need accountability. I do not need shame. I just need honesty. Then create weekly check-ins with them. That's accountability, not punishment or humiliation. Accountability is support the truth. And a man who wants to grow needs both. He needs support and he needs truth. Now I want to say something important. If you relapse, do not use it as an excuse to quit. A relapse does not mean you're hopeless. It means something in the system failed. If you fall, get up quickly. Do not turn on mistake into a full week of destruction. Don't say I already missed it, so I might just continue as well, just keep going. No, that's addiction talking. One bad decision does not have to become 10 bad decisions. Recover quickly, tell the truth quickly, adjust the plan quickly, get back on track. That's how you change. Now, I promise to share with you how I quit my porn addiction of 20 years. Like many men, I tried quitting porn addiction on my own, but failed many times. But I did not give up. Instead, I came to God. I brought my addiction to Him and I asked Him for help. My addiction was making me feel ashamed and it was affecting not only my life, in my relationship, but also the way I saw myself. So one day I prayed deeply and I asked God to help me fight this demon of lust and porn addiction. I was honest in my prayer and I asked Him for help. Fighting lust is a spiritual battle, and the devil of lust is a powerful one. So I don't blame you if you're struggling with your porn addiction. Give it to the Lord. Ask Him to fight this battle for you. But be honest with Him. Give Him your heart and have faith that He will fight this battle for you. I did, and with His help, I quit it cold turkey and never looked back ever since. That's how powerful God is, and that's what He can do for you. So if you're a man listening to this and you're struggling with porn, hear me clearly. You're not disgusting. You're not hopeless. You're not beyond help. But you are responsible. You're responsible for telling the truth. You're responsible for changing your environment. You're responsible for healing what keeps you numbing. Do not use shame as an excuse to stay stuck. Do not use relapse as an excuse to quit. Do not use pain as an excuse to keep escaping. You can change, but change will require honesty, discipline, structure, humility, support, and one decision to stop choosing fantasy over your future. Because the goal is not just to quit porn. The goal is to get your life back, your confidence back, your discipline back, your relationship back, your relationship with God, your ability to love a real woman back, your self-respect. That is a real fight. And that's the fight that it's worth fighting for. Last but not least, if you're a man who feels stuck, undisciplined, ashamed, or who keeps repeating the same cycles, I want you to know this. You do not have to fight this alone. I've battled porn addiction for myself for over 20 years. I know it is not easy, and I know it's a lot of work. This is why in my private men's coaching program, I teach men how to stop numbing and escaping through addictions like porn. There is a way to get out of it, and it's not super complicated. You don't need a miracle. You just need the structure and the right guidance. If you want to learn more, click the link in the description to learn more about my U 2.0 coaching program for men. Much love, and God bless you all.